Presently her eyes wandered to the other, and she was surprised to recognize in him a certain Mr. Hyde, who had once visited her master, and to whom she had taken a strong dislike. He had in his hand a heavy walking stick, with which he kept tapping the ground, but he seemed not to answer, and to listen with an ill-contained impatience. And then, all of a sudden, he broke out in a great flame of anger, stamped with his foot, lifted the stick, and began shouting like a madman. The old gentleman took a step back, with a look of one very much surprised and hurt, and at that Mr. Hyde seemed to lose all control of himself, and struck the old man to the earth. Next moment he was trampling his victim beneath his feet, raining down a storm of blows, under which the bones could be heard breaking. At the horror of these sights and sounds, the maid fainted. It was 2:00 when she came to herself and called for the police. The murderer was gone long since, but there lay his victim in the middle of the lane. The stick with which the deed had been done, although it was of some rare and very tough and heavy wood, had broken in the middle, for one half still lay in the road. The other, without doubt, had been carried away by the murderer. A purse and a gold watch were found upon the victim, but neither cards nor papers except a stamped envelope which he had probably been carrying to the post, and which bore the name and address of Mr. Utterson. This was brought to the lawyer the next morning before he was out of bed. He had no sooner seen it and been told the circumstances than he looked very solemn. "I shall say nothing till I have seen the body," he said. "This may be very serious. Have the kindness to wait while I dress." And with the same solemn face, he hurried through his breakfast and drove to the police station where the body had been carried. As soon as he came into the cell, he nodded. "Yes," he said, "I recognize him. I am sorry to say that this is Sir Danvers Carew." "Good God, sir!" cried the officer. "Is it possible?" And the next moment his eye lighted up with professional ambition. "This will make a great deal of noise," he said. "Perhaps you can help us find the man."